Hey guys, what's going on? This is the man with the hat making his first video for a while, and I'm kind of saying hey guys as if I expect anyone's watching this, whether or not. Possibly in the future they may be, who knows. So this is the first in what will be a series of videos that I'm calling the accountability videos. And this is a document of my quest, if you like, starting from now to become financially independent, to change my material circumstances, and achieve a dream that I have. I'll go into in a sec. I'm going to be making one on a Saturday or a Sunday and one in the middle of the week. The aim is for me to be accountable to myself, to take the steps that I need to take to achieve this. And also it might prove an interesting document going forward. It might help people that want to travel the same path as me, I hope. So let's start from the beginning. Some years ago, I had a dream in that I wanted to start my own business. And it wasn't really even from a financial motive. It was because I've worked for quite a few businesses throughout my working life. I'm 51 now, not far off 52. I've worked for quite a few businesses. I've worked for big businesses. I worked for small businesses. One of my ambitions when I was a wee lad in my late teens was to start my own business, to be my own boss. I've never really taken kindly to following. Actually, that's not strictly true. I can take orders, but I've never taken kindly to take an instruction from people I don't respect. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in positions of authority in companies that I don't respect either as people or as managers or business owners or whatever. So that was one of my ambitions. My life didn't go that way. I met a lovely girl. I had two lovely children. I worked a series of jobs. I eventually landed in the motor trade, or the automotive trade, as you call it in the States, selling cars, and then progressed into sales management, where I was pretty successful. Right at the end of that period, I started to think that I wanted to do something different. So I hatched a plot with my wife, actually, to start a group of companies which we were going to call the Divine Group. Excuse me. And we really had two aims apart from to work for ourselves. The first aim was to create a group of companies in various business sectors that took a product or a service and got as near to possible as a perfect presentation of that service. So, for instance, being involved in cars for quite a while, I had the idea of starting a car retailing business called Divine Automobiles. And my aim was to put together the perfect retail experience for somebody buying a car. It'd be used cars. Who knows? We might go into new cars, but used vehicles, to create that perfect experience for the client who's buying the vehicle or selling the vehicle as a part exchange. The strap line for the company was going to be to desire perfection is divine. That was going to be the kind of strap line, which I thought was really good because that was what we were aspiring to create. But as importantly, a major motivation was to start a company that employed people sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. To create a company that, as an employer, offered the perfect experience to an employee. So, working for the company was a joy. It was a challenge. It gave them a share of the profits. It gave them an incentive to stay with the company. And then our idea was to franchise it out. That was our first idea. That's still an idea. So we would eventually create a franchise model that we could scale up, and that would give us the opportunity to grow the revenues without having to put more and more and more and more of our own time in. So we came up with a number of ideas. So Divine Automobiles, Hotel Divine, going into hotels. Bar Divine, we wanted to open a high-end bar. Divine Air, we wanted to open an airline. Divine University, so I wanted to create an educational facility for people that, for men and women, boys and girls who came from disadvantaged backgrounds, to give them free education about getting a start in life, making something of themselves, and then hopefully they would then give back to the community as well. So I wanted to give something back as well. And that was my motivation. It wasn't, so I can make $1 million and buy a yacht and go and sail off somewhere. That wasn't the motivation at all. I can never really see myself retiring, sitting about and playing golf. I've seen far too many people do that and just get bored. It sounds great, and then 3 weeks in, they're kind of, I'm bored. I miss the contact with other people, with colleagues, etc. I would miss that as well. So that was my dream, and to be honest, it's been on hold for 3 or 4 years. I've gone through what I would call, a midlife crisis. I suppose, like anybody, I've got psychological flaws, and some of this has caused me to be successful and then lose what at least the financial success I'd had, because I've struggled with depression, and I've also struggled with, I don't want to get too philosophical here, but my outlook on life has always been, I've always had quite a philosophical, even a religious outlook on life. I've viewed the material world as something secondary to the spiritual world, if you like. This might not make a lot of sense. And that has made me view things like, going into business, money, as maybe not worth pursuing. But over the last few years, I've started to read a lot of psychology, a lot of Carl Jung. I realised that what's outside and what's inside is the same stuff. That we have to acknowledge who we are inside. Our life is an experience in the physical. And, I've had to acknowledge that this is what I want to do in the physical. I want to create. I also want to create a legacy. It sounds very egotistical, but I want to create something that, when I depart this life, that I can say I achieved that, something to pass on to my kids. Something that people would say, especially Divine University, that'd be great, just to leave something that can help people going forward. So that's my dream. So where am I starting from? What's my plan? So I start from this position. as I mentioned, I've had a fairly standard life, I suppose, though not that conventional. So, I've been married for 28 years. I have two sons, aged 27 and 25. Excuse me. So, my wife and I brought them up. We moved around a bit. We home educated them to secondary school age. So, that's kind of non conventional. We then settled back in what is my hometown, which is Colchester, Essex, in the east of England, and where's my family's from. And we've been settled back here for about 15 years now. Financially, materially, so I'm in a job. I quit car sales just under 2 years ago after a period of about a year of a little bit of turbulence. I really wanted to try and get out of car sales. I didn't really want to work weekends anymore. I was playing in a band at the time. I wanted the weekends back for that. I'm still pretty passionate about music, but maybe on a more hobby level. So I took a job with a local company that is still automotive in a way, but we lease cars to public sector organisations, mostly NHS trusts. I'm still kind of in sales, but it's on the phone. It's helping renewal customers, trying to get in new business. I really enjoy it. It's not anywhere near as lucrative as car sales. So at my sort of peak of income in car sales, I was earning over double what I'm earning now. But then again, I had just about double the stress. But the income that I have coming in, which incidentally, I'm still married to my wife. She's still my best friend. I'm not going to say that we're absolutely madly head over heels in love, because that fades. But we trust each other. We love each other beyond any kind of surface romantic fluff. I'm a dreadful pragmatist. But we still live together. So we pool our income, we pool our bills, we split it 50-50, and then whatever's left over, because we can create a surplus from our income, we split half each and we do whatever we like. Now, I've put together some savings, so I've got about £5,500 saved, which, if I'm honest, for all the hard work I've stuck in over the years, that is my wealth. That is all I've got. I don't own a house, we rent. Not that I think that's a bad thing, but we've really got very few assets. I think I'm starting from a solid position. Okay, I'm earning more than I spend. I'm creating a surplus. I've got over 3 months worth of income saved. So this is my lesson I've learned over the years, and that was have 3 months of income saved up, because then if you lose your income, you've got 3 months to fall back on. So my aim is to keep that, and my plan as it is to start trading Forex in my spare time. So my plan is to create £1,000 trading pot and then grow that through trading. I can probably add at least £100 a month into the pot in terms of savings, because in my view, once I've got 3 months income saved, the rest of it, or the rest of the money I can save, I want to try and grow, so I can grow a pot. So plan is to grow a trading pot to a position where I can create more time and capital to then leave my full-time job and start building the Divine Group, though Divine Trading will be the first company in that group. So my aim is that will provide the capital to then launch the rest of the group. I will probably need to upgrade my PC. I've got a laptop at the moment, but it's probably not up to the job of trading. And at the moment, I'm researching some videos online. There's loads of information. But my view so far is that I need to find a training program with a mentor or a group of people that I can key into for inspiration. I'm probably going to have to pay for that, which is going to be an issue because the spare money that I create at the moment, I want to put into the business. I'm not sure if I can do that and pay, I've heard figures of $300 a month for the training, but we'll see. So that's my plan, and these videos are going to hold myself accountable. So what am I going to be doing between now and next Wednesday? Well, I'm going to be researching an hour a day, and I aim to be in a position in a week to say, right, this is my training program. This is what I'm going to do, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm going to check back in with you Wednesday. Thanks for listening. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. This is the first step, and I hope you have a really good week. And this is the Man with the Hat signing off. Cheers.